kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
Back to pass, it's Mayfield. Looking to the big tight end. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. To the air on second down. Right on target this time. How about the power there to get it across the 20 and up to the 21-yard line? You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking left. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there on third down, forcing the incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Trying to set up the screen. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. There is striking distance at the 37. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Leaves it with the back. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. Back to throw, it's Mayfield. Unleashes one deep. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, this guy is one of the best receivers in college football, and the defense knows it too, right? They've been watching film, and that time on 3rd down, they had him double covered. That's a big reason why that ball fell incomplete.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. This field goal attempt is going to be an even 50-yarder. He slides that just inside the right upright. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious. And these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
And he's going to try to return this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well.
Breaks into the open. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the tight end. He works his way across the 40-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open. Quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism there.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. Pressure coming. Grab near the marker is Lamb. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, no secret, this guy was a big part of their key to success. Already 2 catches on the opening drive, and they go back to him again. This time the defense is in better position, and they force the incompletion.
Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
That is a gut punch if you're the offense because they're in dime personnel. They're only rushing 4 guys. You've got 5 offensive linemen. You've got the option of bringing other people in to help give your QB time. And this offense, not good enough.
The punt team makes its way onto the field. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Out of the gun, the inside give. Got enough for the first. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
It's so hard to play defense when you've got things in front of you. Everybody going one direction, somebody coming back the other direction. You can't trust your eyes. Really good job by the offense, giving you some eye candy, something to look at so it wasn't easy coming downhill right at you. Hard to diagnose plays.
They're going to ride this running back. There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. single back formation, and they give it to him.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Mayfield. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
Now from inside the red zone. Finds his big tight end. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's got it on the run, and he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Pulls and fired complete. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. 1st and goal for the offense. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. Great drive by the offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Got the quick completion. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here's the snap, looking to throw. With the catch, it's Lamb. Good, solid tackle.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. Looking to go up top and time's running out in the half. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line.
Well, no real mystery there, and I think this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in their offensive line to get the push needed to give that back just a big enough crease to fall forward and get the first.
And it's so hard. My room for error is so small when I'm a defensive line. Like, I got to get off the ball as fast as I can and try to get some form of penetration. Just stop that ball from going north-south. They don't do it there, and they give up the first down.
And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. First down for this offense. Wants to go up top on first down. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. Oh, they dial up on second, and a long way to go. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And to get rid of it quickly. For the third straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw. That's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
And here comes the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. And they won't try another play, instead taking a knee, and they'll head to the locker room. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've had ourselves a really entertaining first half. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis, and through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in the cage in Southeast Texas.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. So much for the idea of halftime settling down this crowd. They are ready to roll in the second half. Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Wallace. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And here comes the offense on second down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Guys, this offense is possessions really need to cash in on this drive. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
That's a frustrating start for this offense. At halftime, you know you're down. You got to come out. You got to create some energy, some momentum, get this side of the ball cooking, and you go 3 and out, and you punt the football. But now you're going to rely on your defense. You got to get the ball back, string some stops together while we're trying to figure out the offensive side of the football.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. Gives it on the option. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
And that's why he is an all-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Quickly complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them lean in one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out-route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. Back to throw, it's Mayfield. Makes the grab. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Hey, quarterbacks got to understand, I know you got your favorites, and you're going to look out there and you're, that guy's really good. I'm going to find ways to get him, but I got to take what the defense gives me, and double coverage is probably not the avenue that I want to go attack consistently.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He's got an open man. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after a big play up top. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. And he burrows his way into the end zone.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
going to attempt the try. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. And he's coming out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. The inside handoff. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So you either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Good pick up, a little bit short of the sticks.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
He's going for the big play. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
But talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
Catch in the middle. It's Lamb. And that can really take the wind out of a defense's sails when you convert with a fourth down completion.
Great chemistry there between the quarterback and his target. Fourth down, you got to have it. You got to be on the same page, and they were there.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Just keeps slinging it. Fires to the middle. He makes a catch. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
How crazy is it that one of the best receivers in all of college football just made his first catch in this big of a game? You've got to give the defense tons of credit. They've had a plan for him. They've limited him, and that's why they're going to win.
Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Lamb. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Wallace. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
Unleashes to the end zone. And it's caught for the touchdown.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Well, there's not a lot of mystery what you're going to do on offense at this point of the game. With the lead late, you're just going to lean on your star running back. This is a guy who is going to play on Sundays at the next level. Just keep giving him the football and just let him take this thing over.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run. When they're going between the tackles, this defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job by this team being ready, getting the W.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.